No Agile. What is Agile?
Yeah.
The game starts now. What is Agile?
Yeah, basically breaking the big problem into smaller problem and do it bits and bits and
Okay.
Kind of development process.
Okay. Okay. So let me tell you, I'm more of a philosophical coach, what I would call. Why philosophy comes? Like we kind of think too much, right? So once I was thinking about Agile, it became a story to me, and it's a bunch of software developers who kind of wanted to scale up the maturity. We've been using bulbs and tube lights, now it's all LED. Am I right? So the transformation happened because they wanted to fix some problem from the regular practice, right? They wanted to really find a way where the customer relationship improves and the customer benefits in terms of realizing the value, you know. So when you talk about methodology, what do you mean by methodology? It is a process. Okay. So yes, it is a process. And again, when I talk about framework, what is framework?
Define rules. Like a platform.
Anybody else? Shall we call it as a process? Wrong. Anybody else want to try? So why I wanted to talk about framework here is, let us call it as an incomplete structure. Am I right? You buy a house, you go buy a land, and then you kind of negotiate with the architect to see a design, and he gets you a structure, right? And based on the feasibility of that particular land, and based on which you develop some structure, that becomes your framework, right? So we are doing a simulation theory in understanding Scrum here. So before touching Scrum as a framework, I would want to brainstorm with you and what exactly is this Agile about and what is this history about? Because we give least importance for the history, am I right? Because ultimately we end up with the problem, how to find the root cause. Then we go about what is the history, why this even came. So set of principles for us to take decisions in terms of whatever process you are, okay, for which, okay, should I check the set of principles and come back to tell you a decision? Yes, you can do that. So I would call, it is a mindset for you to accept and openly talk the problems. People call it as a mindset, am I right? Because we don't talk the problem upfront. We don't have the open culture. Because we have a feeling that fear factor is there. How would my senior boss, hierarchy people would take my course of speaking my problem? Will it trigger? The mindset for relieving the fear factor is one of the success of the Agile. It is all about shared decision making. So earlier what happened, in order for you as a developer or a lead, what do you have to do? You have to talk to a project manager, see if that decision would fit into this particular collaboration or not. But there was one, if you had come across Apple co-founder, Steve Jobs, and he kind of said a quote. If you don't have a culture in an organization where people are not able to share the ideas and shared decision making is not happening, I wouldn't be this competitive in market. We are all stuck with the old principles. We are all from the waterfall born, like 90 kids. Am I right? Anybody 2000 born? Yeah. So in the last scene, whoever it is, like why Agile is now popular?
I think we are able to incorporate the feedbacks then and there from the clients.
Okay, Agile is a problem identifier. It's the mindset to speak the problem quickly. So when I go here, I have a problem here, but I somehow wait and do this way and cross it. If I don't tell my boss, what happens? People say time is money. Am I right? So time is money. My time for realization of the value is what calculated. If I don't speak the problem will be your problem, right? The time to value is measured For any project, even you buy a home, you construct anything, you probably wanted to cultivate something in your farm, and you give the contractor a date, okay, this is the date, this is the end date. And in between there is a whole sum of rain, where he's not able to really do anything. And finally comes and tells you, okay, this is we need 1 more month, I need to pay salary, please give me money. Will you be happy? Not happy. Yeah, nobody is happy. So, there is an empathizing culture which is born in Agile. So as a business doer, we are able to empathize the person who is investing. If that behavior is totally not in the business, nobody can build the trust. Okay? So whole sum of India's practice right now, lacking with empathizing factor. Okay? Why we are all kind of buy abroad products for the quality? Because the governance system is not empathizing model. You know what is empathizing, right? We don't stand in others' shoes and think. So when we kind of think from others' shoes, we would ideally think how I can ensure my quality will make them happy. So it's not just that we are getting paid and working, no. So once the culture is getting born in the professional environment, so ideally you would tend to show you an agile way of thinking. Agile is just not done in project level only. In your personal life also you can do. So when I did a research, recently I got an engagement for on-site and offshore collaboration in agile mode and everything. So this was a good abstract for you all to understand. Do you think, okay, before going to the problem of our real engagement problem, I will put you a question, a scenario, and you have to answer each of you. Is it okay? So there is this project, you're all given a project, and you're all in offshore. Say this division is offshore, this division is onsite. Okay? Okay, you all have experience working with onsite offshore model, am I right? Okay. So the onsite being collaborating with the client in an agile mode. Since you're all facing the clients, everyday work culture is in agile where if you follow Scrum, you have daily stand-up, planning, and everything is an on. Okay. Same thing here. These guys are invisible for the clients as well as you. And there is a problem that the client is not able to confidently say you guys are all working together to deliver value, right? So in this situation, how will you prove that you guys are really working to add value? What lacks here? What is the problem? Why the confidence of the client is not up?
There's no communication.
Okay.
Transparency.
Transparency, communication, yeah.
If you could have like the basic or you're communicating to the client.
Yeah. Okay, here is a situation where the client is not happy, okay? And he's telling your client partner, hey, I feel like this 100 number of people is not delivering the value that I expect. The efficiency part is not as much this. You buy a 500cc bullet and it is going in 80, not more than 80. And you're able to complete this one. That's a problem right now. So here is where philosophically you'll have to put your situation. So you buy this bike, you tell that while marketing you are doing a POC. You're telling my strength is this much and you're delivering this much. So how will you prove that? We all understand the challenge that we have fresher and the mid-level players and the senior players. And the senior culture is another fear factor. We are not able to collaborate. Okay? So there are multiple issues tied between the behavior of the people. Okay? So I'm coming back why I even told this client problem in order for you all to understand realistically where Agile had to, come into the mindset of people where we can adjust the process. Agile has a habit to not strictly follow the process. Probably the planning could be more. And because we have various set of knowledge workers here. It is not, Agile is only operated in knowledge workers platform, unfortunately. You know what is knowledge workers, right? Who are knowledge workers? Who have experience. a decent experience to prove that they can deliver some value. So at this point in time, we have our own roadblocks. When we have a lot of freshers and you are parenting as a lead, what happens? Every time they will hide behind the papa when there is a question from the client. So that is what is the roadblock for them. How are we going to embrace the culture where mutual collaboration is happening, where pre-planning and training is happening in terms of technical excellence and all these. So Agile, having one side a mindset to accept and openly speak problems and adapt from the problem to the new one. Another side is there is a set of principles and policies in terms of where you can evaluate each and every decisions of you are syncing well or going well with the principles. Okay, there are 4 core principles in Agile. What is that? Perfect. Responding to change. So customer collaboration. And one key principle is that you can customize the process according to the 12 principles that we have. You don't have to, if no Agile management will tell you, you have to walk in this way only. I would say Scrum and all these methodologies that eventually came out from it, it's all the children of it. Because they were able to meet the principles in accordance to whoever is able to counter it. Okay. So I think I gave you a holistic view on Agile right now. So what is Agile? It's a mindset to accept and openly speak the problem before even anything starts. Okay? Okay, you want to start a movie, you want to direct a movie, and you tell a producer, okay, give me the budget, and you start. And once you finish, there is like, look, what was your story you told me? It's not the real story that is. It's just only 30% taken. What about the 70% remaining? So that's how it is. So we kind of tell them, we kind of storyboard, scene by scene, and then say, this is the first sprint. This scene goes, okay, what is my value? Okay, this scene, okay, these are the characters I love to bring in. And then, okay, this is the action outcome, this is my story of my first scene. Likewise, we kind of build the product incrementally. Okay, incremental means step by scene. So you have the software products and you can break it into the features and see what are the features it has till the final outcome. So below the features we have the user stories. You break it down. And earlier it was use cases, it was capability and feature and all these business rules and all these things will come according to the business analysis scope, and there will be a functional requirement and the test requirement and all the non-functional requirement and everything. So everything is combined together into a user story format and they will be getting it. Okay, so now I'm moving to Scrum. I think that was the initial discussion that I kind of wanted to start with, but I wanted to give you a background on Agile. Are you all happy to proceed with Scrum, or you have any questions on Agile? So what is Agile?
We can
One word, problem identifier. Problem at the first, okay? And mindset to speak the problem. Before you get married, you will tell the problem. After you get married, you tell the problem. Eventually, each other will, explore and find the problem. That is not the course of the Agile. But yes, there are problems where we can swap the story and, have a happy life.